Street trash! Street trash! Melty time! Excellent! G'day, it's Adam here again with another quick instant movie review for you. So I'm going to be showing some faces of people melting in this review, just so you're aware. Street trash, what's this all about? Well, the year is 2050. The global economic turmoil has destroyed the middle class in Cape Town, South Africa. So now everything is divided between the ultra-rich and the completely displaced. Cue Ronald and a group of fellow homeless friends who have uncovered a sinister government plot that they've decided to wash away the homeless population by administering a sinister chemical agent by the name of V. They must now go and risk everything to expose the truth and resist society that is determined to erase them. Ooh, oogie boogie. Now, this is a sort of reimagining of the 1987 cult classic Melt Fest that was directed by director J. Michael Morrow. Ryan Coogler is the director of this. He made another film which has become a bit of a cult classic in the Melt Fest world called Fried Barry back in 2020. So I didn't see the original Street Trash film from 1987, so it's really hard for me to compare the two. I guess what I put this down to is kind of like, it's kind of not gory. It's more of a really black comedy with lots of body parts melting off and lots of colourful goo blood and people kind of laughing sinisterly as it's happening. The opening scene of this, which is a kind of experimental scene on a homeless person, was pretty full on, and that kind of sets the scene a little bit for what this is. I don't feel like there's as much melt as I was expecting, but you know, and some of the characters are just quite honestly quite shocking. Socky is one of the characters in this that's kind of like an imaginary friend of one of the homeless people in this film, actually voiced by the director. And he's just downright rude. So, you know, if you want a little bit of rudeness, and it's kind of very close to a kind of a Meet the Feebles mixed with Brain Dead, I suppose. So you've got that sort of feel with it. It's not as shocking as I think it wants to be. It's not as crude as I think it wants to be. But, I mean, it's certainly into that type of territory. So if you like those kind of melting horror films, as I mentioned, Meet the Feebles, Brain Dead, they're kind of a couple of touchstones, you might be into this. And certainly if you're a fan of the 1987 film, of which I'm not, you know, this will certainly tick a box for you to want to see what the updated version of that cult classic looks like. So, well done to you, Ryan Coogler, for creating a big melt fest with some pretty inventive sort of colours coming out of people's orifices. I can't even say that word late at night. Anyway, there it is. It's called Street Trash. You can find it currently on VOD. I'll put a couple of links below. But you know, if you want to get on a little bit of the sauce and want to watch something fun with your friends, I mean, you could probably do a lot worse than this. But I would probably give Street Trash maybe a 5.5 out of 10. You know, it's not really my cup of tea, but there it is. Okay. What's your favorite melt fest film? Do you have one? Do you have a horror film that you go, I love it because it's so melty? Maybe it's something like Society, or you know, maybe you like the original Street Trash, or I don't know. I'm trying to think of all the melty films. Maybe it's The Substance. Maybe it's something like that. Anyway, comment below, let me know. I'd love to know, and I look forward to seeing you all next time here in my car without any melty bits.